In about a month from today, I'm going to be heading back down to Central Texas to hunt with Dave and Renee on what is sounding like it's going to be an epic hog hunt. Dave has access to so many different properties in the community that he lives that I can't even begin to tell you how many acres in total it might be. But what's incredible is all of these properties that we're going to be hunting will be freshly mowed corn, hay, and milo. And you want to talk about a buffet for hogs. This time last year, I think if what I remember, I think Dave said he went through almost 200 rounds of ammo during this same hunt last year. So today I'm going to be loading up these 85 grain Sierra Varminteers. I'm going to load up as many cases as I have. I think I've got maybe 75 to go, which I hope is going to be enough for this hunt. So why am I using a varmint bullet on a hog? I've never actually shot a hog with this bullet, but I have no doubt that it should be able to drop one. Many years ago, I had an 18-inch 204 where I shot a hog in the face at about 60 yards and it dropped him right in the dirt. And I had that bullet. It was a 40 grain bullet zipping at about 3,250 FPS. This 264 6.5 bullet is twice the weight at the same velocities. So I have no doubt that this will be able to drop a hog. But why am I using this? Dave has requested that I use a very fast expanding bullet that does not penetrate through the hog. The places that we're going to be hunting, there might be cattle roaming around, and he basically wants one shot, dead hog in the dirt where the bullets are not passing through. Dave is using a 6.8, and I think he's using a Barnes 85 grain bullet that's also fast expanding. And I think the foot-pounds of energy at the distances we're going to be hunting, which is, he said, roughly 75 yards, he'll be dumping 1,250 foot-pounds of energy. Renee is using a 6.5 Grendel. Yeah, and he's using, I think, a 90 grain bullet. I don't think it's the same thing as this, the American Eagle TNT GHP, but something similar to it. And he's getting, at 75 yards, 1,350 foot-pounds of energy. This load development that I've got for this Sierra Varminteer, I think I'm going to be dumping close to 1,800 foot-pounds of energy, which is quite a bit much, but this is such a fast expanding bullet, I don't expect this to go through. So stay tuned for that hog hunt. Please pray that the weather holds up and that there's no rain. Even if it does rain, just a little bit of rain. But we're promised, I think we're planning on 3 days every night getting onto those hogs, and I hope I burn through every one of these bullets. I'm going to show you two cases that have a couple of issues. Check out the ejection mark on this. You think I like to run hot loads? With this Hornady brass, I could typically get about 20 shots on this, and I think these are only on like 9 or 10. And check this out. Who can tell me, let me get this one out of the way, why this brass, if I could get it to focus here, see that right there? I don't know if y'all can see, yeah, there, see those waves? What causes brass to do that? Post and comment below. Here's a little reloading confession. When it comes to taking care of primer pockets, you know what I do? Absolutely nothing. I just realized using the IMR 4064 is kind of an oddball for the 6.5 Creedmoor, but I'm also using a really oddball bullet that's no longer made. It's the Sierra 85 grain Varminteers. I don't know anyone who uses IMR 4064 in their Creedmoor at all, but it kind of makes sense since the 308 is the parent case to the 6.5 Creedmoor that it would fall in line. But there we go. I'm really anal about those last few drops. I know I could probably lock in my RCBS, but I've always liked to hand turn those last few granules there. Going to show you something really interesting when it comes to using factory brass and reloading. The case on the left is a Hornady, and the case on the right is a Federal Whitetail, or a Federal case. Both of these have exactly 44.2 grains of IMR 4064, and you could tell with the Hornady case, the powder is landing just at the shoulder here, right before it goes into the neck. And with the federal case, it is literally coming up into the neck. So this is telling you that the brass inner wall is much thicker in the federal case. This really doesn't matter for the distances that I'm going to be hunting, which is under 100 yards. But if you guys are into precision reloading, be very cautionary about using factory cases. From what I can recollect, I think this may be the only bullet I've ever crimped for any gun. This being such a light bullet, I think it is literally the lightest bullet for the 6.5 Creedmoor. I want to make sure that it is not moving around at all. And I was having a little bit of accuracy issue when I first developed this load. And as soon as I put a crimp into it, it definitely locked it in. Let me show you why. Let me get this last one crimped here. And I will show you how little of this bullet is sitting inside of the neck. If you were to line this up, and I hope you guys can see this. That's how little of this bullet is sitting inside of the case. See that? So crimping it definitely keeps it seated in there. Hopefully you guys can smell that. You know what that is? A dead hog. Dave, is 60 rounds good enough for now? Let me know.